Hello everyone, this is a new episode of Super Genesis 2 Turbo, the podcast. It is a gaming podcast. I'm your host, Dark Morris, and my co-host, GaminTank.
Hello, everybody.
In this podcast, we just talk about everything video games for 30 to 40 minutes. New episode every Wednesday on GaminTank's YouTube channel. Now first, we gotta talk about, we didn't touch on this the last episode, our swearing policy.
Oh.
We didn't touch on that. I dropped some F-bombs. GaminTank dropped one or two. And yeah, this is about, I'm just a bad role model.
Well, let me just say this. The podcasts are usually where we can just not be what we're trying to be on script. If anybody who's familiar with my videos knows that I try not to say, I'll say crap, I'll say damn, I'll say those kind of words, but I won't say I won't drop F-bombs, I won't say shit. But this is like where we can just be ourselves, unscripted, just be us.
Yeah. We got a lot of phone calls over Super Genesis 2 Turbo because I was swearing. You're guilty too, but nobody said anything about you.
Yeah, so why get mad at it? Why say anything about us swearing? I mean, let's talk about you guys swearing.
Well, apparently this is a family podcast, GaminTank.
No, that's stupid.
No, it's not. And not a good idea that we titled our first episode, "The Crappiness of the Wii U." Not a good idea.
That
It's my fault. It was a lack thereof title.
Yeah, and I was
Title
cool with it.
Yeah, you're like, that's a good one. Let's go with that.
Well, it took up like 10 minutes of the podcast last episode, so why not?
Totally. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into news stories. Go ahead, GaminTank.
Okay, we're gonna do a few quick hitters and
Rapid fire. Go.
rapid fire. Double Dragon Neon is out on Steam for $10. And
We're getting that.
Yeah, I want that too, and that's cool. I believe it has online co-op.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah, it has online co-op, and it has, well, that's pretty much all it says. This article just has a bunch of words that no one ever uses anymore. And then also, Amazon purchased Double Helix Studios. Double Helix,
Yes.
you guys know, made Killer Instinct, and
That's the only thing they're famous for.
and soon to make Strider, the new next-gen Strider.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that one. Okay,
Honestly,
go ahead. Next one.
me too, because I've never played a Strider game, and I would really like to try this one.
Oh yeah.
And then this one, there is a composer, I believe works for Capcom or something like that, named Mamoru Samuragochi. And he is dubbed the Beethoven of Japan because he was self-taught and he composed music for like Resident Evil and Onimusha Warlords of 2001. Oh no, Onimusha Warlords, sorry. Well, it turns out the music that he was known for composing for were outsourced to someone else, and he was just paying them. So instead of him being the wonderful composer that fans know him as, he's just a businessman.
Yeah, fraud. He's a
Yeah.
fraud.
And it's weird because he did what was it? He's done other stuff that he's done stuff dedicated for survivors of the atomic bomb, and what does that say? So I don't really understand. It's just weird that now we find out that he did not make any of the music for Resident Evil, for any of the stuff. That
Now who's heartbroken over this story? It's like, oh my god, the music composer wasn't who he said he was.
well, I guess fans, I don't know.
Only the real diehard fans, I guess. Not me. I'm not like, oh my god, that's terrible.
I think this is kind of being blown a little bit out of proportion. It's like one of those things where it's a small little story that, unfortunately, yes, somebody did steal somebody else's work and took credit for it. Actually, no, he outsourced.
He didn't steal it.
He didn't steal it. He outsourced his work
He bought
and
it.
took credit for it.
Yeah.
So people will now say, "Oh, now he's a piece of shit." He's
Nothing
an asshole.
wrong.
He's a
It's
dick.
a little shady, but it's legit.
I gotta give props to the people who he outsourced his work to. I mean, to not say a word about it. So if
They
you think
can't. What if he signed some contracts and they can't say nothing and that's all his original stuff
so,
on paper?
he goes from being a supposed talented musician to a shady businessman, but he apparently got it working for so many years.
Yep.
And that's all I have right now.
That's all you got?
Well, unless I want to mention Pokemon Bank, which it is live, and if you go into it, use it once, get out, and then go back into it, you can get an event Celebi.
Gaming tanking his Pokemans.
Hey. uh,
Okay, you're done? You're good?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. My story is Ubisoft is working to reinstate Watch Dogs trademarks. Apparently some trademarks expired and fans are going nuts because they're thinking the game is canceled, abandoned maybe. That's what they're thinking. Yeah, but Ubisoft reassures everybody there nothing is happening. Development is doing fine. Well, they were really uh, what is the word? Worried because it was delayed. It's supposed to come out in October 2013.
Yeah, what surprised me is that I believe there was a story going around that said that hackers supposedly got into that whole trademark bureau, or whatever it is, where you go to file for a trademark or something like that.
Oh,
That apparently they made a form of their own, saying that they will be abandoning the Watch Dogs trademark. And Ubisoft is going around is saying no, that's not us, and they're trying to get this all fixed.
yes, that's what they're doing.
So honestly,
Games-
yeah, good luck to Ubisoft. You know, hopefully that game comes out. Hopefully it's great, but those hackers are assholes.
Yeah, the game is still in development, and Ubisoft is working to get these trademarks all squared away.
But what surprises me is how dumb that trademark bureau is, or whatever it is that they go to. How dumb they are.
Well, everybody gets hacked,
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, if that's the case. But I think they expired. I don't know about this hacking business.
Look at the aftermath of shutting down Mega Upload.
Maybe upload.
Yeah.
Okay, my next story is the rumor of the new Duke Nukem game.
That will come out in 20 years.
There's a teaser trailer that is out now, and Interceptor is that the thing? Interceptor Entertainment is heading the game. Gearbox, who I forget. It's gonna be rumored to be a top-down action RPG. Now, that's interesting, but I would like it. I would think they'll want to have another FPS, one done right. Well, not done right, something that the whole world could like, not just me and GaminTank here.
Yeah.
And you didn't really think much of this story.
I try not to pay attention to the story because honestly, for Duke Nukem, all it is to me is one-liners and shoot things.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's an RPG. It's gonna have lots of text, lots of context, and lots of fun. They could do more with with a top-down RPG.
It's being teased by Interceptor Entertainment.
Yeah, Interceptor. Yeah, didn't I say that?
I believe so, but in case
not
somebody didn't hear it right, just
Yeah, I was not sure how to say that.
I gotta be honest. I want to see it like how it is with the original Fallout games, Fallout 1 and 2,
Yeah,
or if not, then Fallout 3.
I would think those games are just unplayable by today's standards.
I actually had one that was considered a threat on my Mac computer, but then again, that thing can barely play anything. So
Yeah. I want to see how this game turns out, if it ever comes out, and if it happens. Next story is Xbox One will receive two firmware updates, one of which will allow for storage management. I don't know, this is like for me, this is exciting news. It's gonna have a USB keyboard support, battery life indicator for your Xbox One controller. Yeah. What else is there? There should be coming. Blah 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 blah.
be serious, damn it.
This is these are features requested by fans of the 360. Yeah, why are these big news? This shouldn't be big news. Like these are supposed to be necessities that come with the system already. It's like you mean you were playing Ghost the other night and you made a comment that they don't even show you the ping the ping of your connection on the kill score sheet.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that because I've played Call of Duty 4 all the way to Black Ops 2, we've always players who have always had that where you can see how many bars it is and it tells you it's a way of showing your connection aside from like PC players
Yeah,
who
ping.
have like an actual number for ping.
Yeah,
Unless you're in Minecraft. That
yeah,
gives you
ping.
bars. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, ping is important. We want that's just a little thing that should be there, but for whatever reason they took it out.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, oh, I gotta go downstairs, find somebody who's online and who's using the connection, tell them get off.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this is a good idea. USB keyboard support. I like that. And I don't want to be typing like some of the stuff. Like it has the Kinect has good support, voice command support. It was
Oh,
pretty good.
for the keyboard, if you got a smartphone or a tablet, I believe you can
Use
use
smart glass.
yeah, you can use smart glass on it. I mean, I have it on my iPhone, but not all the time am I going to want to have that on while I'm playing the game. I was like, okay, either I'll send the message later, but I'm going to forget. So I guess that's why like a USB keyboard would be handy for something like that.
Now, if the Xbox had like the Xbox One had a voice commands for voice search for messaging friends, that would be great. It has it for like you just gotta say Xbox Bing, then you just say whatever you want to search for, and it makes it happen, which is great. But that's not implemented everywhere.
Hmm. I've got a question. How do the parties work? Is it just
Parties,
like
I think it's the same. I haven't tried it too much.
I believe it's Skype that you use. Am I right? For chat,
Perhaps.
for
There's,
voice.
I'm sure there's a. I would hope that it has its own party chat.
I believe it has Skype for its voice chat. I was wondering, like, can that work with somebody who's not on Skype?
Well, you get Skype. You mean you have Skype? You just have to set up everything with your.
With your Xbox gamer tag.
Yeah, yeah, and it works fine. I would think so. You could just use a microphone. It would work just okay.
That,
Work. People are just
that
afraid to use Skype posted a party chat on the 360. They're just
that might
afraid
have
for
to like
things
that might have to be something we could test out like
when
some
you
other
ever
time.
get a Xbox One.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a while. But yeah.
Okay, a new segment. Interesting game pick of the week. So let's. This is where you pick a game that you're not necessarily playing, that you want to talk about, that you find interesting. And I'll let Gaming Tank head this one.
Wait, I didn't hear that right. A game that we've been playing or a game that we haven't been playing?
A game you haven't necessarily been playing recently
That I
that you
haven't
find
been
interesting, that you can be a picker of the week. Pick of the week. Why can I say word or word? Go ahead.
because English is almost like a foreign language to you.
We're not gonna get into that. Here you pick the game.
Uh well shit, I didn't even plan for this.
Oh man, we talked about this.
I know, it's just that I was thinking of all the other things. You go first and then I'll think of one.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna pick the easy way out because I've been playing this game for the last couple days.
This
Assassin's
is
Creed 1 for the Xbox 360.
This is the Assassin's Creed episode part 2.
What I talked about the first one.
Yeah.
I got it Thursday, or was it Wednesday? No, Wednesday. And I'm like, yeah, I got them all now, except the PSP game and the Vita game. I got all the console games on the 360, but we're not gonna talk about part 3.
Are there any on the 3DS?
Oh God, no.
No. I know there's
God.
someone. I know there's someone like on the App Store, and they all suck. Like one of
I-
them's One of them's like a top-down multiplayer game where you have to go and stab each other. It's like, really, this is like boring as fuck.
Wow. Yeah, don't bother with those games. PSP games, I don't know how to work, but the Vita game will work fine. But I don't want to go back to America and that in the 1800s.
You just hold R and run along the buildings.
The 1800s, the 18th century, I should say. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 1. All I've been doing for all through the game is just going to city, town to town, getting all the viewpoints, going up the towers, and the camera pans around me as I crouch on this little ledge. And I'm doing all the missions, getting all the synchronization bits together, doing all the eavesdropping missions, all the pickpocketing missions, all these timed assassination things, all these timed get all the flags things, and negotiation. The idea, Assassin's Creed negotiation, idea of negotiations, like listen to this guy preach for a bit, then he goes to a dark alley, then you beat the punch, you punch him out. Punch
Oh
him
my
out till he
god.
like gives, and then he tells you the story, tells you what you need to know, then you kill him.
He tells you his life story, and then
Yeah.
you stab him afterwards. Oh man, your
They tell,
character is a dick.
yeah, yeah. This is an interesting game. Really fun. It's banking on this. All it banks on is a story, the gamer's impulse to get all the collectibles and 100% the game, and the violence of the game.
So, would you recommend that over Assassin's Creed 2?
Uh, Possibly,
Yeah, because
possibly.
we have talked. Whenever we bring up Assassin's Creed, every now and then I'll bring up Assassin's Creed 2 because I've played probably about an hour or two in it of it, and
You did
I
not
don't
like.
like it.
Well, that's
No,
all the beginning stuff, man.
yeah,
They're easing you into these new mechanics that were new to the series in that game release.
there was a time where I had enough time to run around and do what I wanted, and it was like a small amount of time that I had. Or like in between two missions,
Yeah.
and I was just running around, stabbing things, having fun. And then when I got to the game, I was like, oh, I gotta walk slowly. I don't want that.
The cool thing I like the most about the first one is that, yeah, the combat system, how it's like this game just came out with a style, a charm, had everything going for it. Banking on the violence of it. The melee system is very violent and very rough compared to the other games that are just mindless and easy and simple. Sometimes I wish this combat system would be a little bit mindless, so I could get more fluid, and I could just take care of guards left and right. But it's pretty crude in its way. The cool thing I like the most, once you beat it, well, this is something I always knew about the game, that you could kill civilians with your knife. In later games, you could only free aim with your gun, your range weapons to kill them. Here, LTR just you have your wrist blade out, and you could assassinate a civilian. When you beat the game, you could kill all the civilians you want. There's no penalty.
Oh god, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to have that. And yeah, because in the game, you kill enough you can't kill innocents, you can't kill civilians. What happens is big chunk of your life gets cut off.
Wait. So you can kill civilians, but it will take a piece of your health.
Yeah, which is synchronizing points, apparently. That's synchronizing points to be technical in the game. Your connection, your life meter is how good you're connected to your character, and once that life gauge goes down, you just disconnect. Well, I know I'm explaining this to you, but the fans of the game are like, "Yeah, we know this. This is thanks, Morris."
Yeah, thanks. We didn't know that when the game first came out. I was like, oh, you're talking to someone who just barely picked up a game for the series for free off Xbox, for that free game of the month or something like that. Which also, people who are listening to this, hopefully it's not too late by the time this comes out, but Dead Rising, no, not Dead Rising, Dead Island is out for free.
360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the 360, so I'll be downloading that tomorrow or the next day.
You could review it.
I would if I didn't have to point my camera at the screen.
Yes. Yeah. Another thing about this game, back when it was new, I had a choice. There's two games I wanted to get. I wanted to get this game and Turok 2008. Which one did I go with? Turok 2008. I say 2008 because that's when it was released, and it coincides with.
It just has the name Turok in it.
Yeah, it's Turok.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog. It's still called Sonic the Hedgehog, but they call it Sonic 06 because it's the year that it came out.
Yeah, and that's how you refer to it, unless you want to lump it in with the first Sonic game, which is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Everyone has to erase that from memory. Jeez, words. But yeah, would I go for a new series or something I know and I know it's good? Like Torok, amazing FPS game. And like in my review, you're gonna hear all about well this video I might make that compares Assassin's Creed 3 to 4 and how I compare 3 to Torok and how the combat system works. Yeah, like they're like, to me they're similar, but they're this one is third person and the other one is FPS. Yeah, so now I have it, and yeah, it's everything I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Yeah, then I'm playing Assassin's Creed 4 for the early part. I just want to throw this out there. For the early part, I'm playing it like it was Assassin's Creed 1 until I learn all the cool tools and weapons and how awesome it is.
So you were
That's,
playing pretty much like it was pretty much bare bones with all the stuff that you were using that you didn't really go and pick up and craft all. Is it crafting that you do, or is
yeah,
it just you go?
you craft, you buy weapons, you craft holsters and ammo patches. You already
Yeah.
the only thing you get really got to work for is the uh, holsters.
Oh, okay.
Later you get the blowpipe uh, and rope dart. I told you that little trick with the rope dart, eh? Right?
Yeah, I believe you have.
Being on a wire connecting two buildings, you could just shoot a rope dart at a guard and walk backwards, and you just hang a guard. That's a cool
Yeah.
trick. Yeah. And yeah, it took me like I'm not creative. I wasn't creative until I learned about these tools and like, oh, these are what these tools do, and that just makes me even more badass and more powerful, and the game just
Yeah.
becomes a
I like
lot more
that.
fun.
I like that when you can go and play the game. You can go and play the game, not know too much about it, and you can still play it and still have fun with it. But then, when you learn everything about the game, you can have creative ways of playing it, and then it's still fun. It's fresh still. It really
Going
changes.
going into Assassin's Creed 3, you have all these cool tools to begin with, but the game just sucks.
Was the game? Is the game like designed around it, around the idea that you have everything?
I think no, I don't think so.
Oh, then
You
again,
can try be creative.
everything's a killing tool. So
Everything is made to be killing in creative ways
I mean,
that you
it's
can
not.
think to use. Like you have a snare, like you could use that snare to trap a guard and hang him from a tree or something.
Yeah.
Or someone or use what is it trip mines, and they walk over it, they blow up. I guess
Well, it's no link between worlds.
no, but yeah, that game, like you could try to take time to be creative and kill guys special way that makes the game easier for you. But for me, it was just I wanted the story mode to end. This is not fun. I just had to keep going. I just had to power through it and beat it.
Story, end yourself, or I will do it for you.
The mission stuck in that game. Holy crap!
Man.
I could go on. I could make a whole episode just detailing all the crap that in that game that I don't like. But that's okay. Go ahead. You had a lot of time to pick your game. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so you were talking about like a game that we haven't played that like recent a game
It
that
doesn't.
we
You can any game doesn't have
okay
to necessarily be one you're playing now.
okay well I was gonna mention Call of Duty Ghosts because we were playing it yesterday for the first time in like weeks,
This has to be your interesting game pick of the week.
but f that. Um, it's interesting kind of to me because it's a game that I consider probably the weakest in the series, and that is you're gonna hate this, but it's Pokemon White.
Okay.
I don't know what is it about the game aside from the soft cap that it has with the levels, but grinding just takes so much. It just takes longer than it needs to, compared to like any of the previous games or the new games, Pokemon X and Y, and it's just really I don't know what's up with the game. It just seems to be the weakest of the series.
It is. It is because of that soft cap.
Now
It's
I don't know how Black and White 2 are because I don't own it.
yeah, me either, but I'm pretty sure it might still have that soft cap. They changed around all of the a lot of how the game run paces. I guess you told me that somebody told me that the gym leaders are all mixed different order. That's about it.
The
I
gym
guess.
the gym leaders are weird, especially the first one where it depends on what your starter is, and you fight your weakness of that. But there's an area where you can go and grab like there's an area to the right of that town. You can go and there will be a trainer there giving you a Pokemon of that week that's stronger than the gym leader's Pokemon. And I was telling Morris this earlier. I was doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It takes too long to explain it. And I failed at the
I
first
know.
gym.
I think that hearing somebody explain it to you is the best way to know to learn about it. Because
Okay,
I can look at these video, these Twitch things that happen, or these YouTube stuff about it,
and
and
you'll be
not know.
lost.
Like I don't think there's a wiki explain it to me that what is Nuzlocke? Oh, it's this.
Okay, well, if you're a Pokemon fan but you've been under a rock when it comes to like all the fan created stuff, then here's how it works. The Pokemon Nuzlocke is playing through a Pokemon game, whether it's a legit game or a hacked game, because people go crazy with it. And they implement two rules. If your Pokemon is knocked out, it is considered dead, and you either release it or put it in a box that you will never touch that Pokemon again. Also, for each route, whatever the first Pokemon you run into in that route or you obtain, that is the Pokemon that is the only Pokemon you are allowed to catch. Now, with this, some people have an extra rule. Let's say you're playing Pokemon Red or something like that, and you go into the first route, there's Rattata. Then you catch it, you go into another route, and there's another Rattata. And it's a different route, and that's the first Pokemon. You are allowed to skip that one. There's also like unwritten rules, extra rules that people put on to make the game harder. It's all about just making the game more difficult for the player. And apparently I suck at it.
For me, all these rules just sound like something that I would put in the game if I was a game designer, and I would like it better
Just have like a separate
as
mode
if
for
it's
it.
yes,
Oh,
yeah, little kid mode or big kid mode.
big boy mode. There's also an unspoken rule. It's so that way the player has more of an emotional bond with the Pokemon in case, whenever that Pokemon faints, is that there's an unspoken rule that you have to nickname your Pokemon.
Yeah, that does really if they die, really be emotional for you. Be emotional time.
I
Unless
should
you're
have done.
heartless,
I should have
like
done
me.
it. I don't know. I had like I had some Pokemon. And I was just like my I forgot what the name of it is. Things like Perlian or something like that from Pokemon White. It faints. I'm like, oh crap! It fainted. And then, like as my other Pokemon were fainting, it just started getting angrier and angrier. So, I guess because I nicknamed them all, I don't know. But I wish I did that with Pokemon Diamond because you can get a Roserade in that game, and that Pokemon saved me more times than I give it credit for. Oh well.
A rosary.
Yeah, Roserade.
Yeah. I don't know, but the fans of the Nuzlocke should get in contact with Nintendo and try and make that a game mode for the next game. That would be very kick-ass.
I wouldn't mind if it was like a console Pokemon game where it's the original game and it's New Game Plus or something like that, like what they do with Cave Story or something like. Not Cave Story. There's a game that has like New Game Plus where it's a harder version. Instead of a New Game Plus, just have the Nuzlocke mode.
Yeah, well, you
Done.
shouldn't have that you unlock. They should be there when you begin, like a difficulty screen.
Yeah, well, it should have like either one,
Yeah,
so
right
that
up
way,
at the beginning.
so that way people would do blind playthroughs and stuff like that. Just go through the game blind,
Yeah, yeah.
which I think is probably a reason why I failed mine, was because I have only ever played through the game once. The game wasn't as interesting as I thought it was.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean the only thing it has is like bridge that looks really cool and that one town that looks really cool. But that's as much as it has. Pokemon X and Y just, yeah. When that came out, I had no interest in.
If anybody's listening to this, the podcast,
Yeah, I'll
if
put
you
it.
like Pokemon Black and White, tell me why.
And then
Like
tell
to
me
hear
why,
people.
and I'll tell you. Tell me why, and then I'll tell you why not.
And also, I want to hear people that think that Assassin's Creed 3 is good. I want to hear your reasons. And if you think the Wii U is amazing, tell me why.
Oh, they should have done. They should have done that for the last video, but
That was quite a interesting game pick of the week topic we had discussion. I should say. That was quite a
obviously
bit.
you know who the better topic was. Obviously, it wasn't mine.
No, I think yours was pretty sweet.
Yeah, well,
Not sweet,
because
sweet.
it's because I sent all of my Pokemon into my X and Y, my Pokemon Y game. I was like, okay, well, I'll play through this again.
If you'd be a heartless bastard and just get all your Pokemon killed and wiped out.
Well,
What if there was that should be a thing. If your Pokemon all wipe out, you wipe out, then you game over. You gotta start all over again.
yeah, that's how it works. Although there are some people who's like, okay, well, I have Pokemon in the box. I'm gonna go get them and then continue with it. Mine was, I have a Pokemon in the box, but that's a Pokemon that fainted. I was just putting them in there so I can like catalog which Pokemon, like where I got them, what level they were, and then what level they were when they inevitably fainted. But it turns out all of my Pokemon fainted and I failed it. I'll be trying it again. So
Okay, well, we're just gonna go into our topic of discussion here.
oh, and actually,
if-
before I say anything, if you're listening to this, remember we're recording the Thursday before, so all this stuff probably happened already. So I probably failed it like three
Hey.
more times.
Don't tell them when we're recording. This is live happening on Wednesday.
Live via
Me and
satellite.
Tank are like looking right at each other right now. We're in like a hot room right now. It's really sweaty here. Filming this, recording this in sauna.
No homo.
No homo. Okay, topic of discussion. Don't interrupt me. Benefits of staying last gen. This is an interesting topic to me because just having to keep switching between the 360 and Xbox One, I just like my 360 just has all the good apps. Everything's good. Everything's there.
Well, no
Has
shit.
everything I want. The games are the games don't really matter. It's just all the features are there.
It's the end of the console life. No wonder it's. I mean, of course that's going to be true.
But I know, I understand. But
Yeah, if you see like
Come
the
on.
beginning of the console life, it's never going to be as great as the end of it because they've added so much They added so much crap to it that
No,
we want.
yeah, well, yeah, it's been around how many years? Almost 10 years now.
Damn.
It was let's say 9 years before the Xbox One hit the shelves. Or no, 7 or 8. 8. 3.
Yeah, it's, I think it's
360
eight.
came out in 2005.
Holy shit, 2005? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Hmm.
Am I correct? We'll check in them. We'll see in seconds. Little search on my thing to make sure I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I'm correct here.
I've got this feeling that you're wrong. That it's probably going to be like 2006 or 2007.
I'm pretty sure 2005.
Are you sure? 'Cause I'm pretty sure. I think the Wii.
Retail availability to November 22nd, 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm correct. I didn't get mine till like 2007 when Halo 3 came out.
I didn't get mine until 2008.
Yeah. It's the 360 should have ended in like 5 years, like at 2010. They should have had a new console out by then, but they prolonged it for whatever reason.
Because Halo.
Nobody wanted to get a new console right away. I guess around 2010 they were like, okay, we got to develop a new console now.
Yep.
When that happens, you go through like
With
kinda-
DRM.
A system goes through like a generation itself. Like 360 has all the stuff that the Xbox should have by now. 360 is what the Xbox should be now, but just more power, and then the 360.
Yeah, and then after that, you can only go so far with the graphics afterwards. And then it's like, okay, then how much shit can we fit on the screen moving at one time?
Yeah, I guess. Well, looking at like Assassin's Creed 4 on the Xbox One plays so amazing. Its loading times are great. No hiccups in the frame rate. No choppiness. Everything's fast. Everything's colorful. Everything works.
Oh my God. You want to stay in the last gen? Just go play Wii U.
Yeah. No, I think it seems like it's gonna brick if I play Assassin's Creed 3 too much.
Then it'll be like early 360.
But
I
the
don't
only thing about I wish that 360 had the Xbox One controller. I just love that controller, man. It is so nice. I love that thing.
Come on, you're gonna miss that D-pad, aren't you?
I don't like the D-pad on 360.
I'm sure you love it.
I kind of wanted just to have this topic just for me and stuff. But that controller, man.
That controller, the 360 controller is amazing.
No, I hate it. I just don't like the texture of it. I don't like the shape of it. I don't like the weight to it.
The wired controller is probably like the best one because of it's really light.
Of course, I said this in the past. Well, sorry to cut you off there. Getting the 360, the Xbox One controller, it seemed like a better version of the Ouya controller. Just want to put that out there again.
I wouldn't know. I've never been near an Ouya, except for that time I was at Best Buy, but I wasn't looking for an Ouya.
Yes. But yeah, it has all the games. It has the library for the 360 is all there. Everything is just amazing. The best time to get it is now. The games are all cheap. Like, I bought Assassin's Creed 1, Brotherhood, and Revelations for $40.
Yeah. Also, if you get Xbox Live, you're getting one free game every
So
time. It's like, yeah, every half of, like, whenever it's one half of the month and then goes to the next half, you're getting free games with that. So games that would be like $20, you're only spending like what, $8 or $10 a month.
It's a cool thing. You get one, at least as long as there's that one game you want.
And
Well,
if you're
you
okay,
have the gold.
And if-
You get that, and that getting gold could be worth it with all your online gaming.
yeah, and if you're okay with digital titles, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're binded to your account until Microsoft decides to put the Xbox 360 marketplace out of its misery or something like that. I don't know, something that they
The
did with.
only way you could lose the game is that you lose it somehow from your hard drive, and Microsoft doesn't have it licensed anymore, and it's off the
Or they
menu.
discontinue it.
You can't that's what I'm talking about.
Like,
the license
if-
expires, man.
If they discontinue the Xbox 360 marketplace.
Well, it's gonna still be on your hard drive.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's still on your hard drive, then yeah, you're good. But if your hard drive messes up, or if your console
That's
messes,
what I'm saying. If it somehow gets not on the, if it's not on the, what do you call it, the marketplace? It's not the marketplace anymore.
I call
It's
it
just-
X.
just
I call it the
Xbox
Xbox.
store, Xbox 360 store, PSN store, PSN store.
Well,
XBLA.
because you get more than just games on it. You can also get music. Who does that? You can also get gamer picks, which I recently bought one. But if you want to have this, if you want to have your, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna have an actual thing to say, but I actually have nothing.
Good job. Really professional.
Like I said, we're awesome at this.
Like, I wouldn't be touching but if Ghosts was great, as good as Black Ops 2, and it sucks.
Bullshit.
So if it was good as Black Ops 2, or just a good Call of Duty game, like, they should have why can't they just repackage Black Ops 2 and call it Ghosts with dog hair?
Dog hair.
That would have been like, yeah, this is great. The maps are great. The maps suck. The perks suck. Everything ill-conceived. That's the word I'm going to use. It's ill-conceived.
Yeah.
And if it was like, what?
Some people have actually said, why not just make a remake of Call of Duty 4 and put it on there? Well,
They
'cause then
should have.
Because then that's something that the gamers want. I don't think Activision knows that.
Okay. But what I was saying earlier, here, a moment ago, before this guy interrupted me, asshole.
Oh, you're any better.
I don't interrupt. Well, you don't interrupt me while I'm talking, dude. I'm on a roll, and you're trying to uh, uh. But what I was saying before I lose what I was gonna say, if that game was good, if there was a good Call of Duty on the Xbox One right now, and my friend you Gaming Tank had Xbox One, and our other friends had an Xbox One, I wouldn't even be touching the 360 right now.
I would. I got Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, if it was on the Xbox One, you wouldn't be touching it. Oh, whatever.
Well,
You would still.
if I can put my save and all of my data into a next gen version, if it was like on Xbox One and they did what they're doing for games, like if you buy a digital version of Call of Duty Ghosts and then you get the DLC and stuff for it, and then you get an Xbox One and then you get that version, you can transfer everything. Maybe not your save data, but all of your stats, and then the DLC you purchased, you can transfer that onto the Xbox One. If GTA had that and they were going to Xbox One, I'd get it. And then I wouldn't touch the Xbox anymore. It would just be the machine we use for Netflix and WWE Network.
What was I gonna say? What the fuck? Yeah. I wouldn't be touching my 360 if everything was on my Xbox One and my friends were playing my Xbox One. Well, playing my Xbox One. If they had an Xbox One and were playing it, we'd be playing that all the time. I wouldn't be touching my 360.
Well, if you're letting your friends play your Xbox One, just ship it over to me. I can't guarantee that you'll get it back, but I'll put it to some good use.
Now that I have an HD TV, Blu-ray is a big thing right now.
Oh God.
It is a priority, a necessity.
Blu-ray's always been a big thing. I just never.
Well, when you get an HD TV, GaminTank,
you do have one.
it will be a
It's
big
just
thing.
not. It's just not where we play games. It's downstairs.
Like I was thinking when I got my 3 Assassin's Creed games, I was thinking why haven't I gotten those all for my PlayStation 3? And I just use my PlayStation because it has the Blu-ray. I can't seem to get the Blu-ray working for my Xbox One. I think they
Really?
kind of disabled that feature because the early launch titles, when you were playing your Blu-ray, there was some noise, and it just chewed up your Blu-ray, and people were
Ooh.
reporting that, and I think they just said, no, we're not gonna. You just so nobody ruins their Blu-rays anymore. They're not gonna make the Blu-ray player in the Xbox One
Shame.
operational, functional. Just cut that off. Nobody gets hurt, and that's one feature. I'm like, why doesn't it have Blu-ray?
Here's how I would make a workaround to that.
Has a Blu-ray player.
Obviously, well, yeah, they could have it could be a Blu-ray player, but here's a good way of them doing that. It obviously has to be an option where you can turn Blu-ray player on or off. And then if you don't have it on, have a notification pop up saying your Blu-ray player feature is disabled. Would you like to enable it? Or when you go and play a game, it's enabled. Would you like to disable it so that way it's not messing up so it doesn't mess up your game? And then you just do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. There's your
Yeah,
workaround.
at least they told. Well, at least as long as it would have been better if they just told me your DVD, your Blu-ray player on the 360 is dysfunctional, and we're just cutting it off. We're just turning off all functionality, so no, you don't ruin any of your Blu-rays. That would have been okay to me, but it seems like it's. I don't like that. If it should be there, but it's not working.
No, here's the question.
That.
Have you tried it? And has
I've tried
destroyed?
it.
Has it destroyed?
Well, it doesn't have anything. Nothing happens. It just goes into the player. It just can't. It just nothing happens. And the Apple load. I put in disk. It tries to play it. Nothing happens.
Then okay.
Same
I was
thing
just
with
like,
Netflix.
I was gonna say, have you tried it and it destroyed your disc? But okay. So by the time you put in your disc and stuff, like when you were doing that, that update was already out and it's already disabled.
Yeah, because I got mine a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're supposed to be talking. Should be talking about the benefits of thing last gen. Well, the PlayStation 3 would seem the best bet in my opinion because free online, Blu-ray player that works. 360 doesn't have a Blu-ray player. Netflix on there. All the good games. the controller. I would take the PlayStation 3 DualShock 3 controller over the 360 controller.
Well, let's just say that well, when you were saying like the PS3 is free, let's just say that free games is now a thing of the past. I mean, not free games. Free online multiplayer is a thing of the past. PC or the Wii U.
Okay, you're saying, well, yeah, I guess so. That the PlayStation 4 is probably gonna. You have to buy.
You have to pay $5 a month for PlayStation Plus, and that's how you can play online multiplayer. But it works just like the Xbox One.
That's a whole lot cheaper than the Xbox.
If you buy it for one account, the entire console gets it.
That's really a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised.
That's the only good. Well, when I'm thinking about it, when I get a PlayStation 4, that's gonna be the perfect console because the Blu-ray player is gonna work. It's gonna have it's all gonna have all its functionality, I guess.
It's gonna have a sweet ass controller.
And yeah, and that controller that tells me if I'm sad or depressed or not. That's still a thing I believe.
Changes colors to fit your mood.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm very depressed and flaccid, and it'll tell me so. But
Oh,
I don't know. I'm pretty like I'm on. I'm right behind. I'm very behind the Xbox One, and this feels so good. But just that Blu-ray player is a issue to me. But
well, you have a PlayStation 3. A lot of people, not a lot of people are gonna have their old consoles, but you have a PlayStation 3, so you should be good. You have a affordable Blu-ray player.
and wasn't I saying this the last episode where I'm like I'm constantly just switching between consoles because
Yeah,
they all have that one thing that I want at the moment.
Yeah, like your Wii U has Assassin's Creed 3 that you are some kind of masochist and love playing.
No, I
Because
stopped playing that game.
You love to play it because you hate it, and then you
It was
have
supposed to be a good game.
I'm sure it is, but probably not on the Wii U.
No.
It probably is like on
No.
PC, 360.
The only thing that happens differently on those other consoles that it doesn't freeze as much, if at all.
Well, I doubt it does because I'm pretty sure Ubisoft pays more attention to that than they do with the Wii U. I mean, think about like when do you get season passes and stuff like that for the Wii U for games that are on it, like Call of
Because
Duty?
nobody pays for them. Nobody, all the DLC is canceled. Like EA had to refund everybody for some season pass for Arkham City.
Yeah,
Because nobody
I heard about
bought
that.
it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you got it, you were able to keep all your stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, well, we're refunding you, give us our crap back. No. Here's your money that you paid for it. Keep the stuff.
Keep the stuff. That's good.
Keep the shit.
And we're sorry that you own a Wii U.
We feel for you.
Should have got this for the 360, you idiots.
Like I said, I want that EA video just dice flipping you off.
Like, wouldn't it be cheaper to have it on the 360 and the PlayStation 3 rather than getting
A whole new console.
having to pay full retail for Arkham City or DSX,
Deus Ex.
on Wii U?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I have DSX on PlayStation 3. That's a good game, but there's
as much
definitive version.
as much as I would love to have the Wii U succeed, sadly it's not. And this is probably going to be like, this is the part 2 of last podcast.
Should have stayed last gen with the Wii.
Oh god.
Well, apparently I could still use my Wii U as a Wii.
Well, the Wii had something that brought people into it.
This had a charm.
Yeah, it had a charm. I mean, hell, I still have my Nintendo Wii.
Big thing was its affordability, the pack-in games, which was Wii Sports, all the good Nintendo stuff, and had the backlog of library games that you could pick from, and it had Netflix first.
And who wouldn't love to waggle something in their hand without somebody thinking something weird?
Like, it just had all the good things that everybody's doing now, aside from being affordable.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Now everything's affordable.
well, yeah, that's true. But it also had Wii Sports, and I gotta be honest, that lasted probably about 2 or 3 months, and then every now and then, like, me and my brothers would go and play it. Like,
Nintendo
Me and
doesn't care.
me and my oldest
guys. Nintendo doesn't care that your game that you got sick of it. As long as you bought the console and the rest of the world bought the console, they don't
Well, yeah, I
care.
mean, we got the console, we got Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, we got a bunch of great games for it. And then we also went and bought some stuff for the Virtual Console, which, bunch of great games. It's cool.
Yep, yep. I like to imagine that the whole world bought the Wii U. I mean the Wii. Everybody bought the,
Wii U. Oh, that's a
everybody
good
bought
one.
the Wii for and the most of the, unless they're like me that's like that played for the games, but everybody got and was it was a popular thing because of the sports, Wii U
Uh,
Sports, Wii Sports. Jesus Christ.
which was a lot of fun to play.
And they just played for like I said 2 or 3 weeks, then they don't touch the Wii ever again for 5 years.
Unless you
But
start buying games for it.
nobody ever cares, but nobody cares. Not even Nintendo. They just care that you bought the console.
Hmm. Oh, you also got to buy their games too.
Now, what is the Wii U? Like I said, it had all those things. It had motion controls. It was affordable. Netflix first. Backlog of the virtual console, and yeah, it had a good little starter game, hacking game.
Tech demo.
Yeah, well, starter game.
Pack in, tech demo, whatever you want to call it.
What does the Wii U had going for it? Affordable.
A giant goofy screen.
A very expensive remote control.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Um,
plus, if you want to just take your virtual console game and just go play it somewhere else, you have that
a
option.
Wii trying to masquerade as a 360 and PlayStation 3.
That's kind of what it is. I mean, if
No
if,
Blu-ray player, music player.
if you can obviously tell, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with that. Even the 3DS has a music player, and I can't figure that out.
Yeah, it does. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna even bother with that. If you're gonna make multimedia, you have to make it very accessible and easy to get. Like the Vita, I always say with the Vita has it all right there for you. I could just plug it into my computer, put all the songs in my folder on my Vita, and it has the music easy. But the 3DS and I guess DS, you gotta like jump through all these hoops and configured everything just so you could have music.
Yeah.
Same thing you had to do with the PSP, but it's a
Even
little
then,
bit slugger.
like even
Easier.
then, I mean, you don't want to be listening to your music through something like that. I mean, you can just go buy you can buy like a low price MP3 player, get one of those speaker attachments, and just put it on, and then there you go. You have your music, and if you ever want to listen to it, like if you want to listen to it, but you don't want headphones on, just put in that speaker. It's probably like $10-$20, and you're good.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, last gen. All the games, all the apps. It's all set up. It's affordable. All the games are cheap. It's a good way to go.
Hmm.
It's nothing wrong. Like my 360, I just feel that it's good. If it just had a Blu-ray player, it would be perfect.
Mine's good, but it's old.
I might have the S model. Now, if the 360 just had a Blu-ray player, I wouldn't need the PlayStation. It's like, that's garbage. Wait.
I know what it needs. HD DVD.
Yes.
Uh,
I've told you in the past that the only reason I got NHL 14 just so to give me a reason to turn on my PlayStation 3.
yeah, I believe there was nothing else. You know, none of the exclusive titles that people wouldn't shut up about, like Journey. You know.
Pretty sure the 360 has Journey now.
Oh, does it?
I think it even got a retail release with a bunch of 2 other games from the same developer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct in some
Could have sworn Journey was a PlayStation exclusive.
PSN exclusive.
Plus, if you want The Last of Us, you know that's PlayStation exclusive. So there
Yeah,
are
wait.
reasons to play the PS3. You just don't have them.
All right, we're gonna talk about our upcoming content now. Last segment. Go ahead.
Um. Hmm. Well. And that's all. No, I'm kidding. I'm currently I don't really have like videos that I think of when, like, that I'll have in advance. Because sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll have an idea and then I'll write it down and that's it. So there may or may not have been a video that was uploaded by the time you're listening to this that was already uploaded on Friday. So if not, then I'll upload it after this podcast. The Friday after this podcast is released. And then I'll be scrambling around for what can I review next. Okay, Morris, go ahead.
Give a description of what you're gonna review and stuff. Come on, the video. You just don't be quiet about it.
It's not really a review. It's more of a topic video, and it's talking about what do you consider to be like when you play a video game, when you go and play a retro game, even if it's not on the same console and it's not the same game. Do you still consider that like playing an like how's the best way to say it? I'd say going old school, but it sounds kind of dumb. But it's the only way I can explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, it struck from like a Twitter conversation, and then they gave up on the conversation because they either knew I was right or they were just saying you're arguing for the sake of arguing, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'm done.
Hate those people.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was right, but what was I right on? You'll just have to see the video.
My upcoming content would be a review on Assassin's Creed 3, King of Fighters 13, maybe something on the original Xbox, just to give it honors, I guess.
Jesus, Assassin's Creed review. Who didn't see that
Assassin's
coming?
Creed 3 review.
Who didn't see that coming?
We're pretty much gonna go doing the whole series with backwards, I guess. That's gonna. But yeah, there was something on. I want to do something on Metal Gear Solid 2 on the original Xbox, because I just like that version so much, and I just don't like it on the PlayStation 2 at all.
Should we mention our little idea?
Yeah, we're gonna do a. What is it?
We're gonna do a. Okay, so for those who do remember, I put up a video saying I did a collaboration with Dark Morris, and we did a review on Capcom vs SNK Millennium Fight 2000. That was on his channel. He felt it was necessary that there should be one for my channel as well. So we're doing another collab video. And it's funny because these podcasts don't count as one. And should we say what game it is?
Yeah, Castlevania NES.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the game store that's nearby where I live does not have an NES version of Castlevania. But I was lucky enough to find the classic NES series version on Game Boy Advance. So I can go and play the game and then also write the review. And also I wanted to own Castlevania.
In some form or another.
Yeah, in one form that probably was not Virtual Console, because I want to be able to like take it with me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. I look forward to that when it happens.
Yep.
Okay, this has been another episode of Super Genesis 2 Turbo, the podcast with Dark Morris and GaminTank. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Yep. See you later.